The chocolate.
The bowels of the keep, literally the bowels. Um, and you guys are greeted by the sergeant of arms, along with 10 guards, and they end up, at you as you guys emerge from, down below, and they wash you off with buckets so you guys don't stink more. Um, as you guys come out, um, the sergeant at arms sits there and he presses you. What are the numbers? What do we face? How grave is danger?
Yeah. This looks at him straight in the eye and goes, to be honest, the danger scares me to literally want just to get the hell out of here. So, I can say the danger is great. And whatever the dragons are looking for, they're looking for it hard as hell. And they have not found it yet.
We are quite outnumbered.
Okay. Um,
Sophia is trying to remember back to all the dragons that were in the air and seeing if she can count them from memory.
What?
hold on. You guys know this guy? That's him. You sit there and you see that normally when you run into him, he's dressed in like a simple chainmail shirt, but when you see him now, he's actually dressed in plate
Full
along with
battle plate.
chainmail, and you see that he's got a sword, bow, and he's got a shield. He sits there and he says, I've got to take you to the Lord Commander. Once they determine who you guys are. It's obviously, people recognize you guys. And you guys are ushered up from the bowels of the keep to a waiting room. You guys are left alone inside, and you guys have one person that is acting like a servant. They're bringing what food and water that they can spare for you guys to sup upon. And you see it's a rather calmly looking male. He's Alvin. And he comes up to you guys and he asks you what happened to the south end of the town.
User joined your channel.
And the reason he's asking you this is it's there and you kind of remember him, but since elves live long, he really hasn't changed much. But you recognize the fact that he came from one of the gathering families that was at the edge of town. And he asks, are there survivors? And what do you guys say?
For there to be any survivors, the chance would be really low. But I'm not exactly sure.
Nizam clacks Adok over the back of the head as he says that.
Oh, ow.
Nizam goes, there are survivors. We got as many out as we could, but from what I could tell, a few unfortunately got snatched up by that of the ambush drakes. But I would say we got at least maybe a few dozen out. Yeah, out on the south side of the town.
he tells you thank you. And he asks about um, one of the families that was near toward the mill. Now, the mill is that one place that you guys saw on the southwestern side, where you guys were set up with the ambush, and then there was that house down there
It
that
was
was
on fire.
pretty beaten up and stuff like that. You guys managed to rescue quite a few people out of there. But he asks about the main house, the one where there were the bloodstains. The one, remember the one where you guys actually had to fight and click clack push that cultist out,
Yeah.
where you guys didn't see anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He manages to give you a description of the house, and you pretty much know that it's this one. And from what you guys can tell, there were no survivors. So whether or not they made it out of there, you guys have no idea. If they were slaughtered, there was good evidence of it because there was a lot of blood inside the house.
Yo.
Hey, what's up,
Ow.
Francis?
What is your
Tristan Longshot.
Tristan
address?
underscore
Here, I'll post it
Jason
in.
underscore?
Tristan underscore Longshot is the Twitch stream.
Right there. So, listen and watch for this one, so you get an idea of the campaign. And next time around that I get a chance with you, I'll make your character for you. Like in regards to like walking you through and giving you the pointers how to do stuff and stuff like that. I know that you can go through right now and connect, but the thing is like I can't answer questions and help you with the background and all that stuff. Okay, so the commonly Elven Mill sits there and tells you the information about the house. You guys pretty much know based off of the location of the mill. And he sits there and he says, there's no way that you could miss it. It's the second house on the way to the mill on the road. There's no way you could miss it. And then he asks you, do you have any news?
Nism looks back into his thoughts of the house and what he saw inside after the cultists, and replies sadly that there was no one in the house when we found it. There was much blood, but no bodies.
You see tears begin to roll down his eyes, and he tells you thank you. And he asks about the family closest to the road next to him, which would have been the first family that you guys encountered. He tells you that they were the best friends of his family, and he wants to know if you guys know what befell them.
Nism gives him a little smile. Says those were the first people out of the town when we arrived. We saved them from kobolds that were pretty much ready to surround them and kill them.
You sit there and you see through his streak face. like a small smile creep into it, and he utters a prayer to his god under his breath, and he sits there and he says, "Thank you. If there's anything that he could ever do to repay you in the future, he will do it." And with that, uh, he places the last of the food and some other items down on the table, like knives, forks, spoons, things like that. It's a simple meal. Some fruit, um, soup, and water. And the guy ends up leaving the chamber. The door shut, and you hear it locked behind him. You guys are now trapped within a room in the keep, and you guys are awaiting the Lord Commander. Does anyone want to do anything? Partake of food?
Nism starts eating the food, but does it slowly, so to basically trick his mind into thinking that his stomach's gonna be full. So there might be some food left for someone else.
Okay. You see Hagmir walks over, picks up the bowl of soup, just puts it up to his mouth and just downs it, doesn't even go for the cutlery. Slams back the water, grabs a napkin, brushes off his face, and just starts staring at the door.
I'm guessing we're disarmed.
No, you guys have all your weapons.
I
No
take
one's-
one.
No one's taking anything from you.
Xanadu pretty much downs it as well and takes his hand or his thumb and just wipes his lips off and takes a napkin and wipe his fingers off. And then starts sipping on the water.
Peter takes a small bite, then says he's full, then gets up and starts looking through the door.
How are you gonna look through the door? It's solid, like it's like a hardwood, like oak.
Be more specific.
Oh.
And it's got iron bands on it and stuff like that. It's got a very, very, very small keyhole.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was open. I'll just walk off.
Okay. Does anyone want to do anything else?
Sophia kind of ignores the food and drinks and wanders around, poking in all the little corners she can reach.
Okay.
Leok will settle down and give a prayer to his god before slowly working on the meal.
As Nism basically gets done with about half his food, he takes out his flute and starts playing a small tune.
Okay. As you guys are doing this, hold on, I need to bring in the DJ bot real quick.
User joined your channel.
And you guys are in your room, and see if this is what you hear.
What makes them tick?
Oh, no.
And sound.
Damn it. Yeah, this is what makes them tick. Damn it. I wanted a freaking Dragon War. Not the damn freaking commentary. This is why I hate looking up fucking sound bites. Okay, yeah, that's what you guys hear. Click Clack,
Oh gosh.
who's like walking over, grabbing like the bread and putting it in the soup and trying to act all kobold manly. And, you know, he's lifting it up and chomping into the bread and lifts up the bowl of soup like how Agmir did it and just like slams it down. You could tell like he's put it all into his mouth. Here's the roar, and you just see like fucking soup just like fucking bread goes flying out of his mouth. Now, this is what Click Clack and Sophia hear.
Nizam looks at Sophia and goes from his tomb and stops playing and goes, "So what did that angry dragon just say?"
You will give me the eye of the void and the evil ones that protect it.
And you heard that from somewhat near the keep. It was a pretty loud roar.
They already know we're here. Amazing. As I
Well,
return to my poking around.
this is going to be fun.
Well, almost as much as you knew that they were after the eye and it was somewhere here. See, you guys have been slaughtering everyone at the southeasternmost part. Now, you just hear that, right? And then it switches to common. But when it switches to common, you hear the dragon voice say this. And then it stops. But you hear it like in that
Distorted voice.
distorted common, and Click Click freaking drops his little maul, his little sledgehammer maul. He's like holding up hands, and Sophia can hear him saying like a small little dragon worm. And to her, it sounds like this. And basically, what Zafia translates out of it is this.
Nism raising our eyebrow to Sophia to indicate what did he just say?
I look at her weird.
He's saying he doesn't have it.
Of course we don't freaking have it. If we had it, it'd be long fucking gone out of here by now.
Click Click's trying to appease a dragon that's outside the keep. He's doing anything. If you told him to dance right now on one leg and balance himself on a pogo stick on a gymnasium beam, he'd probably try it if it could save him from being eaten by a dragon.
Are there windows?
No, not where you guys are at. You guys are in the center of the keep.
So there's no like slits or anything at all leading outside.
But you guys hear this, so
Do we hear any footsteps coming down the hall to indicate that someone's coming our way?
no, but you do hear a loud boom, and you hear many feet rustling. Door opens up. The sergeant at arms appears before you, and he says, "I don't know if you sold us out to the dragon and its army, but if you are from the Lunarkin Gypsy clan, then we beseech your help. We're under attack. Will you assist, or do I leave you here?"
As Andu starts marching towards the to the doorway to.
And he says, he tells you, we think that the dragon may attack, and it is far beyond our means to get rid of. If you stand with us, you may fall. You can go back out to Sallyport and be safe.
Oh gosh, this won't be a decision.
But he tells you, if you do it, you've got to take the rest of the villagers that actually made it up in there. He tells you there's about 100 people, and you'd have to be able to get them all safely out there, and then they'll stand and withstand the attack as long as they can to get the 100 people out.
Nism goes.
100 people won't fit in our 10-foot radius.
Well, if they all lay down and then you like pile them up like cords of wood.
Well, we could
But
get
then
as
again,
many
you
down the
guys have to
hole.
figure out the Weeble Wobble song of the teleport.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you guys gonna do? Do you stand with the keep? Or do you take the villagers to safety? 100 souls. We'll go and
User
fight with
left
them
your
now.
channel.
Well, can't we just start getting the villagers, like send like three of us ahead, the fighters of the group, to secure the exit of the Soliport. Then we start getting the villagers to the Soliport, getting them going down the
So
road.
what are you gonna do? Pack them all in the sewers?
Oh
Well,
gosh.
Just get them started down the sewers, and then just slowly trickle everything out. Then, fucking mad dash out of here.
So is that your suggestion, to flee the keep and let them stand on their own?
But as we get the last villager out, then we get the soldiers, starts trickling them out. Start bottlenecking the enemy to where they have to get in close.
Are you discussing this with the party?
I'm discussing it with the Lunar King guy, everyone that's part of the Lunar King right now. So
I agree that we should try to get the villagers out, but
Yeah, me too.
as Zafia, she states she'll stay and fight.
Nizen is that he would love to stay and fight and tell about this later, but he also wants to get everyone out of here as many as possible.
Yeah, I'm always up for a good fight, but I do want to save the villagers.
You hear a cough from behind you. And he Click-clack picks up his hammer and he walks over to Fia. And he raises his chin. And he says, "The Lurkin clan will stand. We will fight." And then he gives you a big ass hug because he knows it's gonna be his last one. And he whispers into Zophia's ear, now, what does Sophia say?
Yes, yes, it just might. But Click Clack, I think you should help escort the villagers out. You know the other kobolds well enough. You can help them avoid ambushes.
And Click-clack tells you, "No, I will stand." Hagmir, well, let me see. Roll for Hagmir. Hagmir kind of shrugs and sits there and says, "I want to stay."
Quick question: how do I make my map smaller? Taking up too much of the screen.
Mouse scroll?
No, as in the map itself.
Oh, bottom right hand side, and you can sit there and drag it around.
No, the whole map itself is like when I move it around, it takes too much up off the screen.
Bottom right hand corner, see
Bottom
the
right-hand corner.
little gold icon? Right to the 4 to 5 o'clock of that, there's a little corner that has lines going across it.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Go to there and you can move it.
So, as far as the people that are staying, or at least the people that have sat there and said they're staying, um, 3 people have volunteered to stay behind.
Well, Nism wants to get the people out, so I guess he'll go and help the people get out. Does Sophia still have the satchel?
I think so.
Nism asks for the satchel so he can return it back to the Elder.
I'll help fight.
Yeah, that's
You're
4.
gonna stand?
Yep.
Okay.
Sophia will hand over the satchel.
Nism takes the satchel, and as he does, he picks up Sophia and gives her a big hug. And says, "Be strong, halfling. For you have in the past. Now you have to be strong for the rest of us. Good luck."
You don't go dying on us either.
You said I was
Yeah,
going to
stay
go.
strong over there.
Oh, trust me, if it's going to be dying, it's going to be protecting those people. I'm not going to
Alright,
let.
be careful.
And I'm going to have a smile on my face when I kill any enemy that gets to these people. Pleasure in arms. I suggest we get everything ready.
Leok is going to pray to his god for advice. Or some bit of wisdom of the events that are to come.
Well, Xanadu looks at Hagmir, looks at Leok, looks at Sophia, Adok, and Nism. And kind of shrugs and basically says, "That is this."
Well, if we're going to go down, let it be
Hold
in
on one
that
second.
combat.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So,
Welcome back.
sorry, I missed what you guys were sitting there saying. I had other conversations that were going on in the room.
Xanadu kind of basically hinting that we're all going to die in combat sometime. So Zandu kind of wishes to be here, but he sees that there's also going to be a need for people helping the citizens out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to help Nism with the civilians.
So you're saying a gladiator is going to choose to run? Barbarian gladiator is
Well,
going to
there's
choose
going to
to
be
run
fighting.
versus...
Well, there's going to be fighting, probably, as we get the civilians out. Not saying you might go back in.
Okay. Well, I'll let it go on the fact that you're controlling them and B-Run isn't here.
Well, I'm trying to keep Zandu alive as much as possible, so...
Wait, if you died throughout the campaign, you're dead, right?
Character is dead.
And
Yep.
unless a god or a spell is cast on you to bring you back to life, yes.
Oh gosh. Well, if I'm
Leak
gonna
is
die, I want to
praying
die fighting.
for advice or some bit of wisdom for the events to come.
Alright, say that again?
Leok is praying to basically seek advice from his god or some sort of wisdom.
Percentile... Wait, hold on. Are you next to Click-Clack or not next to Click-Clack?
No, this is Leok that's doing this. The cleric.
Okay, is Leok close to Click-Clack or not close to Click-Clack?
No, he's
I don't know. It doesn't look like he's close to Click Clack on the.
Nope.
No, I'm just segregating people that are staying versus people that are leaving.
Leak was still sitting at the table last I knew.
Okay. Click-Clack gives advantage to anyone within 5 feet for any kind of roll they make. Makes sense as to why I'm asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
After this, I'm not going to give you guys any more hints in regards to Click-Clack and his pack advantage.
Well, I understood, but he's still sitting at the table, so. And Zafia was
Right
wandering.
now, like you guys said, like where you guys are at on the map is like you guys are in the same room, but you guys are moving into different little camps. So imagine there's a table in front of you between the two camps. So when he's going to pray to his god, does he jump to the side where he's closest to Click-Clack and thereby joining you guys? Or he stays on the other side, which is going to rescue the people, and he's going to pray by himself because there's going to be different modifiers going into effect, whichever side he's decided on. And that's why I
No,
need to
he's
know.
going to stay where he's sitting and pray before he decides.
Okay. Go ahead and make your roll with disadvantage, please.
Okay, what do I roll?
Percentile dice. You did click disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that percentile?
I don't know how to get to the percentile.
Okay. Bottom or bottom left, you right click on the dice and then you're going to see a percentage. And I want you to have disadvantage, and then I need you to cast the percentage dice.
I clicked disadvantage and I did the percentiles.
Okay, so you got a 39 then. Um, Leox God is
Mind you, I know nothing about Leox God.
the Traveler. Since it was with disadvantage, Leox God is silent in regards to his choice. He gets this sense of feeling that whatever they end up choosing, their destiny is upon them. And where they go now, he cannot say.
Leoc will go and assist Nizam. He looks at Nizam, nods his head, and says, I'll go with you.
Okay. Nizam, Xanadu, and Leoc. Sit there and basically tell the sergeant at arms they'll help escort Click Clack, Zifia, Hagnir, and Adok. Sit there and say that they will help bolster the defense and make sure that they buy them enough time to be able to get them out. As far as this encounter is concerned, Layak, Xanadu, and Nizam are effectively out of the encounter. As you guys end up following the sergeant at arms, he leads you back down into the keep. You guys hit the ground floor. He breaks you off and he gives you to a corporal. And he tells you guys to go ahead and go where you're needed most. You guys end up rushing outside. And you guys are bombarded by a crapload of noise.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
You guys see, I guess you could say slingshots being shot up at the wall and up and over them. They're pelting down around you. It sounds like a light rain. You can tell that it's coming from like almost everywhere outside the keep. As you guys look at the walls, you guys see the guardsmen and archers and stuff like that ducking down around. And you guys hear this loud boom. When the sergeant at arms escorts Nizam, Xanadu, and Leok down below, you hear them taking you guys to the teleport, the latrine. And as you guys are getting the villagers out of they have this big storage room underground. It's like a 30 by 30 room. see there's about 100 villagers in there, and they come following you out, and you guys are all like single file, single file, single file, and as you guys are going to the sally port, you guys open up the latrine area, and as you're doing this, you guys start noticing lights coming up from underneath.
Is
And
the sergeant with us?
yes. What do you do?
Is there any form to the form holding the lights? Nism takes a peek into it, but not exposing himself.
They look like riches from down below. You really can't see anything
Are
per
they
se.
like tall as that of a human, or are they short like cobalt? From what I can
You
tell.
have no idea. Infravision is blown. A human sight gazing down into a candle is basically the effect of like staring into a bright light. You
Mm-hmm.
can't really see because the torch glare is coming up. Smoke is coming through from the torches in through the seat rings. So the only thing that you guys are getting is a bunch of smoke coming from underneath the keep. So that being said, think on that. Now,
There's
in
still
regards
oil
to
down there, right?
that's already been flushed out. There's a small stream that comes through and flushes it out. It's how the sewage gets moved out. So when they poured it on you guys, it was basically to coat you and basically catch you on fire. Like if there was anyone down there within like 10 feet, it would coat you, and then you would take the initial fire damage. And that's pretty much about it. It's not gonna like burn you alive, kind of thing.
Hmm.
So outside the keep, Sophia, Adok, Agmir, and Click Clack are being, I guess you could say,
Pelted.
you guys are pelted by, kobolds trying to throw slings up at archers mounted up on 30-foot walls. And the odds of them being able to hit anyone, let alone hurt anyone, are pretty slim. And the kinetic loss of any kind of damage that they have, of like trying to arc one up and then up and over, and considering they're just throwing rocks, it's like somebody coming over and just flicking you on the arm. It's like pink, 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 pink. Anyone wearing armor is like plink, 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 plink.
They're just getting annoyed.
Yeah, it's annoying as hell. But
Sophia might get hurt since she's not wearing any armor.
She's actually tucked in around Click-Clack, Hagmir, and Uck. Nothing's gonna get around that tower at the back, so she's kind of safe at the moment. But down here, you hear a bunch of guards yelling that they need reinforcements. They don't say much, they don't say what, but they start yelling out that something's happening. And while you guys are doing that, you guys hear this. down there. And in Draconic, Zephyr understands this. Now, Click understands.
They're pushing in.
Repeat that, please.
Okay, their exact words. Don't let me down, fools. Push in and crush them.
Okay.
You see the corporal starts running for it. For the area. It's hidden by boxes. There's a lot of like trader wagons, supplies, and stuff like that, like on the inside of the keep, stacked up against the wall. And you see him dart in, and then he just disappears. Do you guys follow? Do you guys stay? Do you guys go back?
Follow.
Yep.
Okie doke.
I hike up my robes and I trot as fast as my little legs will carry me.
Okay. As you guys get there, the land goes down into a small paved, what looks to be Sallyport. You sit there and you see there's a very reinforced door, and through that door, through like a set of slits, you can sit there and you see a set of iron bars coming down on the other side, and these bars are getting wrenched apart. Something is trying to push its way to the keep through this Sallyport.
Can you repeat what you said? All came to a zone.
Right where you guys are at right now is a door, pretty much.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yes. So it's actually built like the keep walls. Adok, go ahead and make a. Hold on 1 second. Just go ahead and roll a die 20 right now. You have to roll really, really, really low to fail this. Okay. As you can tell by dwarven standards, the keep is like, like, you might set up your barn in here, but you wouldn't call this a keep.
Yeah.
But you know that the walls are sound. They at least go 10 to 15 feet deep in regards to the foundations.
Whoa. Okay.
And you know that this Sallyport is like 5 foot by 5 foot. So something huge can't get through. But if something large was determined, they could probably destroy a larger path through there given enough time. You don't know what's on the other side, but you're pretty much got an idea that whatever it is, is deadly.
Okay.
But you hear the iron grate on the other side getting wrenched apart and getting pushed against the actual reinforced doors. And you sit there and you see that they've got a crossbeam spaced across the door, and that one is getting pushed in. And you sit there and you see the guards pushing back in to hold it, whatever it is, outside.
Okay. Oh gosh.
As we pause right there, Nizam, Xanadu, and Leok, as you guys are down there,
I'll be right back.
you sit there and see.
Okay, I'm back.
As you guys are down there, in that one area, trying to take the villagers out and stuff like that.
Mhm.
You see a ton of flasks being thrown up, and you guys are sitting there trying to figure it out, what's going on. Roll a perception check real quick for the characters involved. Xanadu, Leok.
Xanadu has the highest.
Xanadu tells you it's oil. And as he tells you this, I need you to roll a initiative check real quick. Okay. 21 new.
Okay.
As you're doing this, and you see the flask being thrown up, you see a torch getting thrown up through, and make a perception check real quick.
All of us?
No, just him, Xanadu, and Leok.
Nat 20.
Xanadu realizes that the keep's already prepared for this, just in case something's around. And he notices that they've got barrels that are hooked in and piped in to pour oil down to the sally port and gut it out with flame. Maybe it's a sanitation thing, maybe it's anti-insurgency, but he realizes with all this oil being thrown up and the torch going through, if you guys stay here, you guys will be caught in an explosion.
Who is this? Which group are we talking about?
Down below.
Okay.
Xanadu.
Well, you know what time it is.
So you guys won initiative, so you guys can either close the door and mitigate the effects, or leave the door open and get caught in it, or you can try to cast a spell, do something.
Nizam.
Once your initiative is done and you're committed, the door's either open or closed.
It's coming
And
up
you have a
through
ton
the
of people
cell.
behind you.
It's coming up through the sally port, right?
Yep.
Couldn't the thunder wave just basically shoot that shit back down at him?
It's already up in the air. If anything, you just ricochet around the room.
Nism grabs the door and shuts it and bolts it.
I need you to roll a 20-sider real quick. Okay, I need to make a save for the door. Um, I need you guys to hold on 1 second. Make a save real quick.
Dex, con,
Actually, strength.
all of us.
No, Nizam, Xanadu, and Lack.
Eric has the greatest strength.
Lack saves. Nizam fails. Xanadu succeeds. As you close the door is actually blown off its hinges by the blast. Leok, his arms glow, and he pushes his hands up against what would be the impacting door. And Xanadu, by proximity, like half of his arm starts to glow. And they managed to catch the door slide back about 5 feet as you get blown past them. And they managed to hold up the door and muffle the amount of damage. Because you were hit by the door,
This is gonna hurt.
you take 19 points of damage.
So, literally being undead.
Well, you're at -1 right now. And you get propelled back into the body of people. Laok and Xanadu end up holding the door and bracing it to sit there and muffle the effect. But because they did, and because fire has to go somewhere, and if it doesn't go where it's supposed to go, it goes the other way. I'm going to roll a percentage check. Yeah, not good. When you hear that fire blow out, and as you're going back and you're getting flung across the room, you hear the oil casks ignite, and you hear this and somehow you get this sense that the oil went down into the sally port down there, basically the sewer system. and just rush down there with all this fire, and you hear a ton of screams. Like you hear death screams and stuff like that. And you pass out at that point. Now, coming back up top, Sophia, Hagmir, Adok, and Click-Clack. You guys are down there, and you guys hear something breaking up upon the door. What do you guys want to do?
How big of a space that we can actually see through?
It's probably like 1 inch by say 4, but on either side. It's like at 4 foot height. Are you tall enough?
No.
No, I guess you could say if you were running down into the ramp area from the top, and you were just a little bit back, you could look through the area. You know, like as
How
you're
many
descending,
people
you
are
can
up
look
against the
in.
door?
From what you can tell, it looks like 4 ambush rakes, because you see a ton of wings, and you hear a bunch of ripping and clawing, and you see you see a bunch of cobalt head behind them, and you see somebody in robes behind them.
Sophia is gonna yell out for someone to give her a boost.
Are you gonna go by the door?
Yeah, she's gonna go up against the door. Stick her little fingers. If someone gives her a boost, she's gonna stick her little fingers in those holes.
Okay. Well, right now by the door, it's there's just all men at arms down there and bracing the door, so there's really no room for you to get even close. The only way that you can even see through is based off of the fact that it's a descending ramp, and that you're able to like actually look into, say, like an eye level kind of thing based off of the descent of the floor.
Hmm.
There's not going to be any room for it. If they make room to sit there and put something or lift you up or whatever, the door won't hold.
Could she go up to the battlements and shoot down?
Yes, there's a set of stairs up here. Then they run over here, run around, and they connect over there. But from where you're at, you figure time-wise, you're looking at, based off of your height and your movement, you're looking at like 4 to 5 rounds.
And that's what, 50
Can
seconds?
I just climb on them?
What do you mean climb on them?
Like, as one of the soldiers, or are they positioned where I can just like climb on top of them?
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Yes, they are climbable. Are you going to do it?
Yes, Zavia will attempt to climb one of them so she can get to that spot.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, okay. I need you to make an athletics check at disadvantage. And you need to roll high. You did not make it. As you go down there and you start trying to clamber among the men-at-arms, you sit there and get shrugged off by somebody. He's all like, "Are you trying to let them in?" And like he just like elbows you off of him, and and just shoulder up against the door, and you fall flat on your butt and take 4 points of damage as you land on your ass bone.
Ouch.
Not gonna leave a mark.
Not necessarily a
And
mark.
you are stunned for the next round.
Okay.
And you are rubbing your booty bone right now.
Well, it's better than Nism.
It would have worked if they'd let me climb them.
Click Clack kind of like looks at you and just like, ouch. Adoc, what do you want to do?
Is it possible that I could go and help them push in the door or hold the door?
Of course it is. In fact, with your strength, it would actually help bolster it. No, you're not there, dude. Unconscious one. Strike and delete that right there.
Oh no. Crap, I should have did that.
Dude, do that again and you're gonna get a minus XP penalty for talking out of context, talking unconscious, and you're not even there. And that's as the
Microphone muted.
DM talking to Bear. No one else interfered in regards to your teddy bowl excursion downstairs to like try to get everybody out. Adoc, are you gonna help at the door?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to roll a percentage. So I want you to find the 10-sider. I want you to right click on it. And you're gonna see the percentage. And I want you to go ahead and just drop it in the chat.
What? Wait, what? 10 saddle?
Yes. It's the one right in the middle. Right next to the 8.
And as in
It
the what?
looks like this. It's
I
that
saw
symbol.
nothing. But
Somebody help him roll a 10-sider for him.
okay. Right click on it and what?
Right click on it and use the percentage symbol.
I actually see no percentage. Well, I
Then
just
you're
see
on the
some
wrong one.
numbers.
You're on the wrong dice.
It's the one.
Yeah, none of the dice are showing me a
Okay.
It's
percentage.
The one on the left is a 20 sider. The
Yeah, I
one
know
next
that.
to it is a 12. The one next to that is a 10-sider. So the third one in from the left.
Oh, okay.
Good, you succeeded.
Yay!
Hagmir comes up and he goes to assist you, and he rolls a 64, which is good enough for him to succeed. You guys just had to make 60% or more. You guys are now committed to bracing the door. Because you guys have two high strength characters are committed to doing this. You guys have actually slowed down the chance for the siege attempt to break the door open. Let's see what Click Clack does. Hold on 1 second. Gotta roll a die 20. Oops. Okay, you see Click Clack clambers down with you guys, and you can see his. Hold on 1 second. His little 7th strength doesn't add anything, but it looks like he is trying hard as fuck to push. Like he's like this back up against it. He's all like, "You shall not pass," and he's like pushing up against it, and you see his fucking feet just sliding as the door gets getting pushed. He's got like no leverage whatsoever. At like ever, he's like 90 pounds.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and you can tell you're like, I want to break it to him kind of thing, but you're not doing dick. But he's trying. So,
Yeah.
Next round, we go back to Nizam, Leok, and Xanadu. Leok now sees, well, aside from holding open the door and keeping it from, hold on.
You mean holding shut the door, not holding open.
Okay. Aside from the fact that Nizam just got blown past her by the explosion, and holding the door open thanks to
You mean closed.
kind of divine intervention, spilled over and helped Xanadu help you from keeping everyone else immolated. You realize that a majority of the damage was taken by Nizam, who is now unconscious and appears to be dying. So, on that note, we go into roleplay.
Kristen has his mic muted.
Microphone activated.
Well,
Who's controlling
then
Leok?
I am. The blast
So-
is stopped, right?
Huh?
I don't need to hold
Yes.
the door anymore, right?
No. The initial concussive force, this is now the second round. The initial concussive force is over and done with.
Leok will quickly move over to Nizam and first stabilize him.
Stabilize him with what?
With
Are you using a
spare
spell, or does Nissim have any kind of... Oh, he's got medicine. Does he have a healing bag? Got a potion of healing. No healing bag, though. Is he casting Spare the Dying?
I
That's
will
a cantrip.
use.
Cantrip brings him back from -1 to 0, which basically keeps him alive.
He'll use Cure Wounds.
Oh, snap. Okay, go ahead and roll the D8 plus the casting modifier ability. Hold on. That. What's your casting modifier ability?
I think it's charisma. I could be wrong.
So you get a +3.
On the heal thing, it's saying 1d8 plus 2.
Okay, so 1d8 plus 2. Go ahead and roll the 1d8 just in there. So 9, you're back up in the positive? So you're now at 7 hit points?
Okay.
Okay. Xanadu shoulders the door and holds it open, I guess?
Wouldn't
Or
it be
holds it
shut?
propped up? Oh, it just got blown off the hinges. Came back at you guys, about to crush everyone in the hallway. The whole divine intervention kind of thing.
Hmm.
So he's just holding it up, keeping the fire away. Smoke is starting to come into the keep through, I guess you could say, the lavatory.
Do we still hear the death screams of whoever in the hell came up from the Sallyport?
Oh, you hear them receding on this second round.
So whatever the hell's down there pretty much is either dead or dying then.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to get these people out of the hallway and so they don't suffocate by the smoke. So who's still going? Is it Sandu or Nizam?
Xanadu can something. Nizam, you're lying flat on your back. Just got brought back to consciousness. Xanadu, I mean, do you have options? Hold the door, do something with the door, drop the door.
Are the hinges like still on the door, or is it just, or are they
No,
blown?
this thing was blown off.
So theoretically, Xanadu could still put the door back on the hinges, right, and bolt it shut. Still, theoretically.
No, not going to happen. And these are human-made hinges. The explosion in there was 4 things of oil going off, and these things were blown out of the wall. So whatever rock that they were actually locked into is
Gone.
blown off of. So not going to happen. You could prop it up and
Xanadu props it up in the door frame.
just like kind of lever it there, but you're not gonna. It's not gonna be a functioning door anytime soon.
No. But it just needs to contain the fire that's in there.
Correct. So is that what you're doing?
Yep, that's what Xandu's doing, and Nism is basically going to try to figure out what the hell just happened.
I need Zendu to make a strength check. Okay. Since you're not trying to put the door in place or whatever, you manage to just shrug it up and off of you and just kind of like put it askew. Smoke is still coming through from the corners. And there's a ton of heat coming from inside the bathroom area. You hear screams and people fleeing back up the way that they came, and you hear them like running up.
Well,
So
I can't
that's
think of anything
pretty much
else.
it. That's pretty much it for Leok and Xanadu and Nizam right now. We're now on round 3. Sophia, your ass bone hurts, but you can now stand up if you want to, or you can just stay propped down there where you are. Since you're on a slight recline, in regards to like looking down or whatever, when you got pushed off, you're still kind of like looking through. Hagmir and Adok, I need you guys to make percentile checks again. But I need you guys to make a roll over 50%.
Do they still get advantage because Click Clack's right next to him?
Yes, actually, good point. You do get advantage because Click Clack's next to you. Even though he's not doing dick. In regards to holding that door open with a fucking 7 strength. He is able to give you advantage, and he gives you the pack bonus.
Well, Adok got a 90 without advantage. Sophia's gonna get up and start moving to go around the battlements.
Okay, Adok succeeds. The hell? Hold on. Okay, so okay. Hagmir succeeds on his and ends up bracing it up, and you are gonna get the well. He's the only one that's giving you guys pack advantage, and he's at a disadvantage for strength. Oh shit! You see, Click Clack turn around, and he digs his little claws in, and he starts pushing up against the door, and he starts pushing up a like a wedge of wood up against it. I think my sister just burned my retinas.
What?
Oh my god. It's some little video of, like, it's supposed to be a hot chick and then it morphs into like some fat dude coming out of like a
Okay.
Santa Claus, you know, coat, and he's all laughing, and I'm like, it's supposed to be a dude. I'm telling her like what it is, and she's like, no, 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 it's funny, you'll never guess. I'm like, it's supposed to be a dude. Then all of a sudden it's a dude, and I'm like, so not funny. So yeah, not funny. Anyway, so Click Clack digs his little claws in and ends up pushing up against the door, and he uh, picks up a, like, somebody had dropped like a wedge of wood, and just slams it into the door. And since the door is coming inward, it actually helps brace it. So doors are now somewhat reinforced thanks to all of you guys successfully making your check again. How long you guys can hold out, you have no idea. Zafia, did you want to try clambering on anyone else?
You can
Uh,
climb on me.
Sophia said she was gonna make her way up the battlements, I think she said.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. There's too many people around there, and save them. At least
So
that's
you're
along
gonna,
Sophia's mind.
so you're gonna try to make it up the battlement?
Yeah.
Okay. And go ahead and move yourself 5-10 feet. Remember, going up, you're losing distance. So you have to move 5, 10, 15 to get to the top. So you're only able to move up 10 feet out of your normal distance.
25 is my speed.
Okay, looks like this is going to be a while.
I can't help it if I chose a short person.
Mm-hmm. Killer has to call it, and this would probably be a good time to sit there and call a stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go and do some things.
Alright.
We'll be back later, so.
Alrighty.
What is outside the Sallyport? What is down in the Sallyport?
Next to this?
What will be coming through each of the two entrances now that you guys have done the unimaginable? Split the party.
Death and destruction, as always.
Mm-hmm. And we end it there.
Well, thanks everyone that showed up today, and we'll be calling the stream here. Join us next week, I guess, or Friday, whenever we do it. And yeah, stop by, say hi, and all that fun stuff. And, well, good luck and good night, everyone. Auf Wiedersehen.